Okay, this isn't normally the type of story I cover on my channel, but so many people are actually affected by this disease, and probably a number of my listeners are affected by this disease, that I wanted to cover this story. So I intend on covering this story because I've seen a new development here. This is a brand new development in health. And I'm going to read you this article. Type 2 diabetes can be reversed, say Canadian researchers. Now, this is a first because type 2 diabetes is always believed to be a negative outcome and not be able to reverse this disease. But now they're changing course, evidently, and they're saying that it can be reversed by Canadian researchers. So let's read on and let's find out a little bit about this. It says adult onset or type 2 diabetes has long been considered to be a chronic disease that lasts a lifetime. But Canadian researchers believe that they may have found a way to actually reverse the disease, putting it into remission. Well, this is very good news for a lot of sufferers of type 2 diabetes. The research team from McMaster's University in Hamilton, Ontario, says an aggressive combination of a low-calorie diet, consistent exercise, and the addition of several diabetes medications appears to have reversed the disease in some patients. Type 2 diabetes is diagnosed when an individual's pancreas is no longer able to produce enough insulin, the hormone that allows cells to absorb glucose in the blood. As a result, blood sugars build up and cells do not receive the energy that they need. To test whether the condition can be reversed, researchers first studied 83 patients with type 2 diabetes and broke them into these three groups. Two of the groups received an intensive metabolic intervention, which they were provided with a personalized exercise plan and a meal plan that reduced their daily calorie intake by 500 to 750 calories a day. So they weren't eating 500 to 750 calories a day. That's how much was being reduced from their calorie intake. It says they also received oral diabetes medications to tightly manage their blood glucose levels, as well as insulin injections at bedtime to give their pancreas the rest to allow it to recuperate and work normally again. One group underwent the program for 8 weeks, while the other was treated intensively for 16 weeks. They were then compared to a third control group who received standard blood sugar management advice and lifestyle advice from their usual healthcare provider. 3 months later, 11 out of the 27 participants in the 16-week program group met the criteria for complete or partial diabetes remission. Those in the 8-week program didn't fare as well. Only 6 out of the 28 participants in that group met the same criteria. But they still fared better than the third group. Among those 28 patients, only 4 were able to put their diabetes into remission. 50-year-old John Almeida was diagnosed almost 3 years ago with type 2 diabetes and told he'd be on drugs for life. While on the intensive program, he lost 13 pounds and dramatically increased his exercise level. A month ago, researchers told him that he could come off the study medication. A month later, blood tests confirmed he is in remission, with his pancreas doing all of the work. No pills, no insulin. Right now, it feels like I have no diabetes, he says, smiling. The study lead researcher, Dr. Herzl Gernstein, an endocrinologist at Hamilton Health Sciences, said the goal of the intensive regimen is to get patients off of medication. I think as physicians that is far more preferable than taking drugs for years and years, he said. After their initial success, the research team has now expanded their study to include some 450 patients in 8 Canadian cities to see how long remission can last and to determine at what stage the diseased patients respond best. Dr. Gernstein has convinced his team into something with this approach. There is smoke here, and we need to keep going, and that is the exciting part of it, he said. I guess he means there's smoke here, as in where there's smoke, there's fire. The next phase of the study should be completed in 2018. Okay, so evidently they're able to bring this chronic disease into remission by using these methods. Thank you very much for listening. Like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next article. Bye.